Hello everybody, Sebastian here from Everyday Biking, and welcome to today's video, which is a review video. Today, we're going to be reviewing the 2021 Rocky Mountain Growler 20. This is the new bike on the channel, and this is also going to be the first episode of Project Bike, where we take this stock bike and upgrade it to make it perform like a very good off-road trail mountain bike. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and let's get started. So you can watch the bike check video where I go over the specs on this bike. 130mm SR Centaur fork, Shimano 1x10 drivetrain, and yeah, that's basically the key features of this bike. And it's got the same frame as the Growler 50, which retails around $2,600, which in the end of Project Bike, this bike will perform much better than a Growler 50 at about the same price all in. So let's get started on today's ride. This bike rolls very well, and really, for an SR Centaur fork on an entry-level high-performance hardtail, per se, this bike retails at $1,250, which is a pretty good price actually for what you get on the bike. Comes stock with metal flat platforms, and yeah, the Shimano 1x10 has a 28-tooth front front chainring, which can compensate for the lack of gearing on the back. And already just coming down the descent, which is a fast one, the bike handles great, and the 29ers just roll over everything. Sorry, thank you. The 29ers roll over everything, and honestly, it feels like there's suspension in the back. And the MT200 brakes stop very well. 180mm rotors on this bike, so they're relatively big. It's about the same that are on the Da Vinci Spartan. So coming up here, we're gonna test climbing of the bike. Just coming up this one spot. Oh yeah, the 29ers just roll over everything, and their width is nice. It's about the same width on the Spartan, and it being a hardtail, it climbs a lot better. One of the benefits of a hardtail is you don't have all the slack in the rear end bouncing up and down. But yeah, bike handles great. This is a spooky review. It's in the dark. Tried to get Alex out, but he did a long row at rowing, so he wouldn't come out. And the frame geometry is super aggressive on it. It's beautiful. Holy, I love it. I was not expecting this. So far, benefits, the 29ers in the suspension fork, really well. They absorb bumps and roots and little rocks very well. I'm very impressed. That's why I'm super excited for Project Bike, where we upgrade this fork to something larger. The downside of this bike so far is the dropper post. No dropper. Again, it is a $1,250 bike. It would have been nice to see one, but it's not expected in that price range. So it can't really be a complaint on the bike. I know there's probably some bikes out there with a dropper post for $1,250. I'm coming up on a trail Alex and I like to call River Run, because it runs alongside the river. I don't think I ever did this trail on my Talon. I did on the Fathom Fuel EX, so we're about to see. Very rooty, and it's dark out, so yeah, see my tire pressure very hard, so tubeless tires would be very nice. But wow, this aggressive geometry feels so good coming down there. All right, we got the speed part. Last time I came down here in slight dark was, oh, pedal slip, gear hopped a little. Bike's still brand new. Okay. Wow, she's so, front tire almost washed out there. Again, the lack of tire pressure, because they are not tubeless ready and I cannot run any lower. Which is the downside. They should have thrown on some tubeless ready tires on this bike. Final thoughts on this bike. Value, give it a 10 out of 10. I pay My Giant Fathom 2, now it was 2017, not 21 anymore. My Giant Fathom 2 was $1,599. Had 120 millimeter suspension for dropper post, which is basically the price difference. Is it has a dropper post. This doesn't. This outperforms that Fathom any day. Any day. In my opinion. That had 27.5 by 2.25s. It was more like a XC trail bike, where this is more of a trail all mountain. The fork is an SR Centaur fork, a lower end one too, but paired with the 29ers, you can't tell it's a lower end fork. It kind of just rolls over everything without issues. Roots and little rocks aren't much of an issue, and it performs great. Drivetrain, 11 or 12 speed would be nice, but again, $1,250 Canadian. I can't be complaining. This bike, great bike. So I hope you enjoyed today's review video. Please like it if you haven't liked already, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification again so that you can see Project Bike and watch what upgrades we do on this bike. I love the bike. You'll see a lot of it. I'm planning to go to Kelso with Alex with it, maybe after a couple of upgrades, which will be definitely being done. I'm in the works of getting new fork for the bike, dropper pose, maybe new drivetrain, maybe some higher strength brakes, but I love the rotors. The rotors are huge. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you next time. Bye.